Kent cannot seem to go a day or two without incriminating himself. And he is a Baptist preacher. Kent cannot seem to go a day or two without incriminating himself. And what he said was,
I certainly am capable of being pushed beyond my limit, but never with a woman so far.
So far, structure at DAL and CSC. It starts with Kent Hovind, and then you have Ernie Land.
If you want to help financially with the ministry, get a hold of Ernie. He handles all the money, trustee.
Somebody that's been friends with Kent for over 20 years.
Nearly 30, AJ. Good guy. Love Ernie. Great guy, okay? When they came and arrested me, they said, get every DVD number 5 you can find.
The power structure at DAL and CSC, it starts with Kent Hovind, and then you have Ernie Land.
If you want to help financially with the ministry, get a hold of Ernie. He handles all the money, trustee.
Somebody that's been friends with Kent for over 20 years. He appears to be the one who's controlling the finances and controlling the donations at CSE. So he's suing the government for $500 million because Kent, he likes to file a lot of frivolous lawsuits. So he's suing the government for $500 million because what he claimed was that the judge in the case said to him that I'm extending it to the maximum sentence of 10 years. And so Kent's justification for the ridiculous price tag on his lawsuit is that
they enhanced my sentence for structuring from 0 to 6 months, which is what structuring normally carries. Anyway, so we thought, the lawyers thought it would be appropriate to enhance the demands for damages.
This is what he did to the IRS back in 2005. The judge called the lawsuit frivolous.
This is standard. They always try to simply call it frivolous without giving any reason. They do this all the time. If they don't know how to answer it, so let's call it frivolous, okay? It's like you guys see your evidence of the monkey South America and call it science. Oh, they rafted. That's frivolous.
And delusional.
Amazing. So there's nothing Kent can do anymore.
Except lie.
Wait. Nothing I can do except lie. I didn't lie to begin with. The suits frequently get dismissed. They find one little flaw. You didn't dot the I or cross the T, so you start over and file it again. I did not break any law. And watch the video series, KentHovind.innocent.net. That's all. If I do something wrong, I get speeding tickets once in a while. Okay, you're right. I'm guilty. Here you go. Here's your $100. I know how to admit when I'm wrong. And I try to always go at least the speed limit.
On camera and say, hey, it's not over yet.
Wives, never yell at your husband. God put him in charge. Most of them don't want to be in charge.
Because Kent, he likes to file a lot of frivolous lawsuits. This is what he did to the IRS back in 2005. And back then there were audio recordings of Kent talking on the phone in jail. And he basically said that he's just going to sue them as many times as he can just to antagonize them.
About the only thing we got going for us is Scott Snyder is a little bit afraid that I will sue him. And I will.
Amen.
I'll do it again. And the rest of his life. If he doesn't start obeying the law, I'm going to haunt him the rest of his life.
So the judge called the lawsuit frivolous and delusional.
Amazing. So there's nothing Kent can do anymore.
Except lie on camera and say, hey, it's not over yet. When the lawsuit had been thrown out, Kent was still going on his channel and making videos acting like the case was still going on. If he's having trouble with the current wife, he'll do a seminar talking about how wives should submit to their husband because that was the curse that God put on Adam and Eve.
Wives, never yell at your husband. God put him in charge. Most of them don't want to be in charge. It's frustrating. But God has to put somebody in charge of the family. He said, Adam, you guys messed up. Snake, crawl on your belly. Eve, Adam's the boss. Do what he says.
He's given the same seminar about wives submit to your husbands over and over again recently. So there were these rumblings that Cindy had left, and then eventually it was confirmed.
Husband, God put him in charge. Most of them don't want to be in charge. It's frustrating. Most husbands don't want to be in charge. It is frustrating. Yeah, okay, but go ahead. But God has to put somebody in charge of the family. He said, Adam, you guys messed up. Snake, crawl on your belly. Eve, Adam's the boss. Do what he says.
He's given the same seminar about wives submit to your husbands over and over again recently.
I don't give it over and over again. Once in a while I hit that topic, and that's what it says, isn't it? Am I getting it right? AJ, are you married?
Now, on a whole different note, We got the new hotshot young Earth creation advocate, Matt Powell.
Doc, you got to start making better decisions.
Now, on a whole different note, we got the new hotshot young Earth creation advocate, Matt Powell.
Including people who don't really like Matt Powell. I don't agree with the things he says, but as a young preacher, I think he's somebody who's got a lot of talent and he could have a future of success. And I don't really think you want to tie your name to Kent Hovind at this point and put your entire family down at Dinosaur Adventureland. Kent shows young people how to shoot rubber bands far.
We're going to stand here and shoot the rubber band down the center aisle. Go ahead.
And I don't really think you want to tie your name to Kent Hovind at this point and put your entire family down at Dinosaur Adventureland when who knows what's going to happen next there. Because if you're looking at the timeline of events here, the dates start to get closer and closer and closer together. And it gets to the point where something happens and then something happens the next day and then the next day and then the next day.
No kidding. Fast and furious now.
I don't know if you consider a 13-year-old a teenager. I mean, I guess technically. So they were shooting rubber bands because, Kent shows young people how to shoot rubber bands far.
We're going to stand here and shoot the rubber band down the center aisle. Go ahead.
And the kid had
shot me in the face 3 or 4 times. I said, look, knock it off. Shoot, aim somewhere else on the body.
That's it. That was a video. That was an entire thing.
That was the whole thing?
That was the whole thing.
Okay.
Kent is somebody who really can't control his temper.
One event 5 years ago, so it shows to AJ that I cannot control my temper. I'm certainly capable. I'm saving it for a special occasion. I'm capable of body slamming probably you, AJ, if I'm not going to. Unless that's a special occasion, I need someday.
Yeah, go to jail now.
Hey, thank you so much for watching my video. I'm going to do the Patreon outro now. So I'd like to thank my patrons David, Paul Camish, Danny, Regios, Bob Sadler, Pterodactyl Hunter, Martin A, Ian Chen, Jack, Stacy C, IS4321IS, and JC Magruder. Thank you guys so much for supporting me on Patreon. If you'd like to support the channel past just watching my videos, liking, and subscribing, you can visit patreon.com/atheistjr and consider pledging as low as $1 per month. Well, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.